Hey everyone, Jesse here. Wanted to do another video today, this time on the backyard worm bin that I created. And basically, worm bins down here in Texas are difficult because we have fire ants everywhere. Fire ants are very small, but they like to go in things that you don't want them to. So if you have a worm bin full of food and decomposing material, they generally will want to try and go in there and kill everything, eat everything, and you don't want to use the worm bin anymore. So this was my attempt at doing that. Basically, this is a 20 to 30 gallon, let's see, I might have it on there, 20 gallon Brute garbage can. Just have probably 1/2-inch holes drilled in at the top, and then I have a screen underneath the lid to try and keep out as much bugs and flying things as possible. Right now, you can see that green stuff is azolla. So that's a water plant that grows really quick, and it'll compost very fast by itself if you just pile it up. The darker material is biochar. So I've been adding biochar, azolla, and coffee grounds to this worm bin. And so far, it's been fine. I used some big red regular worms. Over when I first got them, I probably had most of them die just because it was too hot down here in Texas. So I do have a couple still alive, so I'm hoping that they'll expand, multiply, and whatnot. I noticed that the bin at the very bottom was had a lot of moisture, so that's why I added in a lot more biochar. But eventually fill up everything, keep adding azolla, coffee grounds and whatnot, and then probably once it gets full to the top, I'm going to adjust the worm bin and take it out, bring the worms to a new batch, and then keep going from there. For the winter time, I will bring this into the garage. The biochar really helps with smell or anything, so before it kind of smelled like aerobic compost or whatnot, but the biochar really sucks up all that stuff. So I always have a fresh supply of biochar, crush it up after you make it. I have other videos on how to make biochar, but basically making a fire, burning wood with no oxygen, and then putting water over it to stop the burn at a certain point in time, and that leaves you with pure carbon from wood. See if I can get a close up on that. I do have a bunch of little bugs in there. I don't know what they are. You can see them kind of crawling all over. I did have fruit at one point, but at some point it just attracts all sorts of random critters and whatnot, so fruit flies and whatnot, so it wasn't worth it. So to put it back on, I just put the screen on. I tried to glue it with Gorilla Glue at one point. I'd probably have to screw it together. Even so, I don't know how these bugs get in here, even though it's sealed like that. So yeah, if you lived in a different climate, this would be super easy, seems to work. You might want to put even more airflow into it by putting like a pipe. It could be like a 1/2-inch pipe with all sorts of maybe tees or something, and just put it down in the middle. I might do that. I have all the pieces. Probably a good idea, just to get extra airflow in there and whatnot. But yeah, that is it. If you have any questions, just comment below and I'll see if I can answer. Thanks.